Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and it seems like tonight when I was streaming some games over at TheChaosLounge, the news or leaks of the Xbox Series X digital have finally come out. Now a lot of people were expecting this to be a cylindrical thing. I never assumed it would be because of the sleeves that we have now. We've got those Starfield sleeves, and you've got the different ones that Microsoft are currently actively selling on their website. Now, making it cylinder-like just wouldn't make sense, right? Because those sleeves would immediately be out of press and out of production, and there'd be a waste of money, and that is something many fans probably wouldn't be happy with. Now, if we're looking at what this new one looks like, it is pretty much what you would expect. It is a white digital Xbox. Now, these are the first leaked images of the console, so what do I think? Well, before I get into that, do consider leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 7,000 subs, and every 1,000 subs that we hit, 7, 8, 9, 10,000, we will be doing giveaways at every milestone that we hit during our streams on Tuesdays. So make sure you turn up to those once we hit those, especially once we hit those milestones, because we'll be doing some giveaways of games. But with this actual piece of hardware here, what we know is that internally there's going to be some quality of life updates in terms of the Wi-Fi connection and stuff, but there's also going to be better heating. Now, why is this actually important? Well, the reason why this is important, if we look at the Steam Deck OLED as an example, the Steam Deck OLED is actually roughly about, give or take, 5 to 10% more powerful because of the cooler heating that it has over the LCD Steam Deck. And this is because the cooling is better, and it means the graphics card can actually push harder. And because it can push harder because of the better cooling and a smaller size chip, it basically means that it can basically just do that little bit more oomph when it comes to your visual clarity. Now obviously 10% isn't much, and you know, it's not going to break the bank, and this is all speculation on my part as well, so don't go taking it as gospel. But what we can say right now is that if it does have a better cooling system, in theory at the very least, this is going to be, you know, more powerful, slightly more powerful than the current Xbox Series X. Now there's a lot of commotion out there right now talking about, you know, is this going to replace the current Xbox Series X? And what does that mean? Is the physicals going to go away? Does this mean that Xbox has now taken the first, you know, the final step to an all-digital future? And in my opinion, the answer is pretty much no. I think the Xbox Series X will coexist. I think eventually there's going to be a revision of like a version 2 for the Series X, if that actually comes to fruition, where the internals will match that of the Series X digital. This is going to drop likely during the summer. It's estimated to be under $500. I think this will be $399.99 or maybe even a little less to try and push it. It doesn't have a disc drive, so it is a full digital console, and digital usually is about $50 cheaper. So that being said, I think it looks pretty ugly. I mean, without the disc drive here, it just doesn't look right. It doesn't, I don't know. I like the way this Series X looks. It looks pretty nice, but just removing that slot, the disc slot, I don't know, it just looks weird. It really looks weird. But at the same time, it is essentially the same console. Everything else is exactly the same. Now, I do wonder how they stack side by side. We can't really get a real gauge for this just by the pictures themselves, which is a shame. It would have been really cool to see the difference in size, because if they are essentially the same size and height, and they've removed the whole of that disk drive, it does mean that airflow in there theoretically should be better as well, which means the overall cooling will actually be better, which means overall the internals like the CPU and the GPU could maybe push that little bit more, like I was saying, or maybe even further than I was saying, to make it, you know, a little, just give it that little edge that it needs. So those games that might be running at like the 35 to 40 frames per second, it might just be enough to push it to that 40 frames per second for that VRR point. As you know, PlayStation needs it to be at 48 frames per second before you can enable VRR. But with Xbox, you only need 40 because it's at hardware level, not software level. And because of that, Xbox does have that advantage. And with this console being that little bit more powerful, only ever so slightly, but with the better cooling and the better venting and the less heat inside, it just means that when it needs it, it can push for that little bit extra and provide that extra bit of oomph. Now, like I said, this is all speculation and going off the basis of the Steam Deck OLED compared to the Steam Deck LCD. The Steam Deck LCD versus the OLED. The OLED in general, performance-wise, gives you about 4 or 5 frames, maybe a little more, higher results than you do with the LCD, because it just has better cooling, which means that the actual machine can push a little better and not throttle. So if we're taking that and the principle of that into effect here, then that is what we should be expecting. But I do say this is interesting, and this is obviously supposed to be showcased at the Summer Showcase, but obviously it's been leaked. So if I was Microsoft now, what I would do here personally is turn around and say, look guys, here it is. Make a trailer, make a presentation, make something or a little showcase to show the console off, what it means and what else comes with it. You've still got the Sybil controller that has been going around that we saw from the leaked documents, so that is also something that people still want to see. And if you're wondering what the Sybil controller is, it is this. So this is the Sybil controller. Obviously it provides you the ability to play anywhere. It's the Xbox Wireless 2 technology. It allows you to go direct to cloud, so you don't even have to connect it to your PC or anything or your TV. You just activate it and it goes straight to cloud, much like the Stadia controllers, which was really good. It's got updated Bluetooth technology, and so as you can see, it's got a lot of tech in this, which is really nice. So if this is coming with the new upgraded model of the Digital Series X, this will be big. But hopefully, obviously, well, not hopefully, they're obviously going to sell this separately, so this will be something that you obviously want to go pick up because it's going to be a great controller. Again, it's rechargeable and swappable batteries, recycled materials, repair display, the new modular thumbsticks, so it means you can actually remove them in case you get drift, improved longevity, continued build improvements, lift to wake up, so as soon as you lift it up it can put the controller on, which is really cool. Haptic feedback, which is great. So this looks great on paper, but that's where we're at with this right now. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you excited for this? Do you think they should, now that it's actually leaked, do you think they should come out and do like a little mini showcase to show off the console, what it is, or just release a trailer to showcase, if it's, what the internals are, what the improvements are, when its release date is, because, maybe this is exactly what the Xbox community needs. I know a lot of people are looking at this now saying, well, what about physicals? Phil Spencer said that physicals aren't going away, and now he's releasing a digital only console, and is this going to replace? So, coming out to address that as well would probably be good to stop the, I'm just going to say it, the idiots out there that are just looking for any reason whatsoever to find a reason to complain. There's no reason why the standard current Xbox Series X version should be replaced by the all digital version. They can both coexist, one being cheaper. Now what we would like to see going forward, and I'd like this to be committed to by Xbox, is that the current Xbox Series X, there'll be like a version 2 of it where it does have the same upgrades that this one does in terms of the quality of life updates, like the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and everything else that comes with it. So that would actually be nice, and maybe they can do like a trade-in service or something to replace it. Probably not, but it's at least an option for those. The option's better than no option, right? But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you excited for this? Not excited for this? Do you think Microsoft is going to drop a trailer now that it's been leaked, or are they going to just stay quiet and wait until the June showcase and demonstrate it there? Who knows? Maybe by tomorrow morning it will actually be aired. You let me know what you think. Let's have that discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. As always, remain legend.